Stop lying to yourself and your woman about your sexual needs. Be honest. Hey guys, I'm Stephanie, your sexologist and sex coach for men. Welcome back to What I Love About Sex. What you want to do is you want to invite her into a conversation about how can we work together to make sex work for us. A lot of us have this idea of what sex should be based on movies, based on porn, right? And you learn that it has to happen 5 times a week if it's great, right? And we have to be doing like doggy style for a half hour, and like he has to be rock hard the whole time, and like she has to be squirting everywhere. We just like make up this crazy visual of what great sex is, and then we're all trying to chase it. And it's not even always that crazy, right? Like a lot of people are like, oh, well, I think people who have great sex, it's always amazing and it always feels fulfilling and it's always super enjoyable and everyone orgasms at the same time. And that's not true either. So it's like, okay, how can you create a sex life that works for your marriage, for your partnership, and talk to each other about what that looks like, what would fulfill you? Like honestly, what would fulfill you and make you happy? Instead of thinking about all the things you should be doing, if you could just create a sex life that worked for you and your woman, how would that maybe be different? Can you tell her about that? Like even just starting a conversation like, hey, like I don't need porno sex. I don't need sex like the movies, but what I would love is to have an active sex life with you in a way that works for us. And I want to figure out what that looks like. And I want to do it with you together because I love you. Like, what can a great sex life look like for us? Even just asking that question, giving that reassurance while also setting a boundary for yourself, it puts you in this place of self-respect and self-worth instead of self-betrayal. So when you're in a place of high self-worth and self-respect, she's looking at you to lead. She's looking at you like he's respecting himself and his needs. He's also not pressuring me. And he's also telling me he wants to do it with me together. And it doesn't have to look like anything else. So we don't have to compare it to the things that I think, it needs to be. So all of that is very validating. It's very reassuring. It's strengthening the relationship and deepening the trust of the couple. So basically the overall message I'm trying to get to you here is do not betray yourself and tell yourself that it's not important if it is. But also get clear on what is important. If you have this conversation with her that your sexual needs are important, but you want it to work for both of you and talk to each other about what that could look like, then that could take you in a really good positive direction that actually leads to more sex than you ever thought possible for your relationship. You'd be surprised what happens when you just start talking a lot more with your partner about connection, about being more playful. So be honest, just come from a place of leadership and tell her you want to work with her. Your words are important. When you're saying things like, well, this is important to me and you don't give it to me, that's very like you, I. You're missing the we, you're missing the whole point. The point of sex is to connect with your partner. It's to bond with your partner. It's to feel pleasure with your partner. So if you're speaking from the viewpoint of, I need this and you won't give it, then you're getting rid of the we. You're getting rid of the whole point. And that's why those conversations don't work. And that's why they turn into heated arguments, because you're missing the point, right? So when you get better at focusing your language, calming your tone, making it about like, yeah, my needs do matter. And my relationship with you matters because I love you and I want the best for us. So what can this look like? Like, let's think about it. And if you need a day or two to think about it, that's cool. But I want to prioritize this because it is very important to me and you're important to me. Like, see how that changes the dynamic of the conversation? So take it, run with it, let me know how it goes. And as always, if you're interested in working with me, check out the link in the description of this video. I would love to see if we're a good fit, and I will see you in the next video.